Milkins, and this is my Instagram Q&A.
What age do you start playing snooker, and when did you realise you could have a career in it?
It all started, I used to play pool with my dad. He used to take me to the pub most nights with him and his brothers, and I think that's the way a lot of players started, really, through pool. And then on the weekends, I used to go to the club with him and sneak on the tables there. A lot of the older generation didn't really like it, but that's how I started. And I was probably about 11. I started quite late, really, 11 or 12 when I started playing snooker.
Brilliant. Someone has just asked simply, how do you get better at snooker?
I think just dedication, really. I mean, all this coaching, look, coaching's decent, but I think just playing and wanting to play, really. As long as you want to play, you're willing to pick balls out for other people. That's the best way to improve, is by playing better players. Definitely the best way to improve. But yeah, just you've either got it or you aren't, really. You've either got the love for the game and you haven't. And luckily enough for me, from about 14, 15 up to 18, 19, I was pretty much flat out on the snooker table.
Someone has asked, what is the best win you have ever had and why?
Oh, the Welsh, definitely. Just phenomenal with everything that went with it.
As someone said, you went through a period of mediocrity before breaking out. How did your mindset change at all?
Maybe it did. Look, I think I missed the boat earlier in my career. Messed around a bit too much. Probably didn't give the game what it deserved. You know, not enough respect for it, and it cost me for quite a long time. But I felt the game was always there. It was just trying to get some belief and other things that go with it.
How did you get the nickname the Milkman?
Oh, that's just through my surname, obviously. It's not a very common surname, Milkins, so it all stemmed from there, really.
If you had to change your nickname, what would you change it to?
Probably Ernie.
Ernie, as in Ernie the Milkman?
Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West.
I love that. What is your favourite venue and location on tour?
I used to like the Guildhall. I used to really love the Guildhall. It was a really good setup there. There's quite a few. There's quite a few. I like Gibraltar, not just because I won it, but I love the place. But venues, I suppose, the Guildhall would have to be right up there, yeah.
Have you ever considered changing your cue action?
I've changed everything, really. Probably not for the best. I've had quite a few coaches, and they've all been very good. But I don't know if I'm that coachable, to be honest. I've got my own way of playing. I decelerate a lot, but that's the way I play. I'm not a massive fan of changing things. I think you should just stick to what you got, really.
Jay Baines asked, what are your goals for the rest of your career?
I'd like to. Obviously, it's looking like I'm going to fall out of 16 now. Lots of players at the end of the season still left in a lot of tournaments. I'm sort of sat out of them. I'd like to get back in the 16 next year, and just like to compete, you know, and compete for a few years, which I'm sure I'm capable of.
Now to move away from the table, what was your favourite holiday destination and why?
I like Dubai. Dubai was lovely. I went in August twice, so it was a bit hot. I spent a bit of time actually playing snooker in Hong Kong. I loved Hong Kong. That's about it, really.
What sport would you do if snooker wasn't your sport?
I'd love to have played football. I mean, football's my sport. I love football. I love watching. Pretty good at school level, but decided to take snooker up more so than football. A lot of my mates come straight out of school, went straight into Sunday league football teams. I sort of went on the snooker table. Wow, this is a funny one, really. I'm a Bristol City fan. I'm a Bristol City boy. I went to every game when I was a kid. But at the same time, Liverpool were the team, you know, and they were my team. So when people annoy me on Twitter and say about, how, you know, who do you know, where was you born in Liverpool and things like that, it sort of winds me up. But a big Liverpool fan as well.
So a death row meal, for starter, main and dessert, what would you go for?
I'd probably just go for Indian food. I love Indian food, curry, bit of pakora to start off with a madras and bit of peshwari naan. Perfect.
His name is Irene. Not a question, just want Rob to believe more in himself. He's brilliant.
Wow, thank you, Irene. I appreciate that, and she's dead right as well.
Brilliant, that's all good.
Cheers.